How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, then you can get the fuck out of here. This is Broad City, Season 2, Episode 4, Knockoffs, which I assume is like knockoff clothing. Something like they're gonna be at a party and they're wearing knockoff clothing, and somebody points out they're wearing knockoff clothing. I don't know what more prediction do I have besides that. Nothing. Aside from the title, this is probably going to be following up on the Jeremy plot line that was going, we Abby and him are now going to go out on a date. We're probably going to get that this episode. I can't see how Knockoffs is going to relate to that specifically, if it does. Could be something else entirely, but let's see. Check out the full length and the Patreon below, $4 a month, or just check out the actual reaction in the description below. Oh, that was nice. That wasn't even like a blooper scene. That was just like an additional scene. Oh. I mean, I guess to be fair, almost all of the blooper scenes can still be canon. What I really like about shows like Broad City and these kind of shows is that even if they laugh, even if they're laughing out of character, you can just assume they're laughing in character. It's one of those things where so much of it is improv that the characters would laugh like that in real life, even if we're forgetting about the improv thing, which is people laugh in real life. I so much more prefer that. Or like when I'm listening to like an improv podcast, like a narrative improv podcast, and they cut out all the laughs, I am not really a fan of that as opposed to, when they actually leave them in and everything. It's like a very distinct genre, I would say, of narrative improv podcasts, is whether they leave in the laughs or whether they cut out all the laughs. And I think it's always so much better when you leave in the natural laughs, and makes it feel natural. And I do feel like a lot of Broad City's, laughs do feel natural. They feel like that is the person actually, like the actor laughing at how funny that joke is. Yeah, so this episode, really good one. At the beginning, I was like, this one was kind of slow, not really that funny. And there's a lot of parts of it that aren't exactly, like, over-the-top funny, like a lot of Broad City is. But I really enjoyed the Jeremy plotline. I was expecting it to last a lot longer than one episode, but that was a great way to handle it. We've been building Jeremy up as this very hyper-specific, very perfectionist kind of person, and now we get, like, the reveal, like, the whole episode, it's like, what's it, or not the whole episode, up until the whole pegging thing, it's like, what's it gonna be? Is he gonna have, like, some tattoo on his back that's, like, racist or something? Is he going to... I don't know what else it could be. That was like the main thing that was... I saw a tattoo on his back, but I couldn't think of anything, so that was what was in my mind. Like, is it going to be something that turns Abby off? But again, it would go in the face of everything else that we've been told about his character. So I think this fits a lot more. Or it is, what specifically turned Abby off of him was the thing that she liked him for. Like, that is such a unique way to do it. I feel like you see that sometimes in older sitcoms that are more... children orientated, where it's, more of like oh no, this girl likes me, well, I'm gonna have to act super gross to, not get them to like me or something. It was sort of, that sort of plotline, but done all subconsciously, all like nothing intentional. But that kind of how it was what it was. The thing that she liked about him was in the end the thing that made her not like him. And yeah, it was so much better ways that he could have gone about that. Like, hey, listen, some dildos are made out of this, some dildos are made out of this. I could get a rash from that. I don't know. Also, just some are extremely uncomfortable. And, he might have got one that is, as he said, perfectly fit to his butt. So, I can understand being very specific about that. But then you should be like, well, let's not peg today, and I will buy a replacement. You didn't know, it's all water under the bridge, whatever. But he was so hung up on it and so, like, rude about it when she was trying her best. And, yeah. I really enjoyed that whole plot line. And then we had the whole Chinatown plot line where they're going to get the illegal bags and then they go in the van. And I love that they're like, no, we have our own blindfolds, thank you. Like, they really sold the, the difference between Abby and Alana. Like, contrast this with the episode where Abby is going to try and get the mail from or the package for Jeremy and everything. Like, very similar sort of situation where everything's super weird and, not like what anybody should have to do to get this. Like, even this, like, illegal bag situation. It is like, you're going through illegal bags, and then we go so much farther than you possibly could. Same with the, package thing. It's like, oh, don't you hate when you have to go to the post office to get your package? Now let's make that the most insane, like, Shutter Island plot ever. And that's basically what this was too. Like, you know how you'll go like buy some illegal counterfeit shit, which I thought that's what the knockoff was going to be. I guess it could, still be the knockoff bags. But yeah, you go buy some illegal shit, and then you're the one who has to get hassled with it later on. And then taking that and making that extreme. Like, I mean, even with the, like, both with the bag situation or the classic city situation of buying illegal stuff out of the van as well. Like, that's what I thought they were going to do. Of, like, all right, follow me to the van, and then we'll, get stuff out of that. But, no, they just took them in the van to a manhole down to the sewers. And they have a whole shop set up in the sewers. Like, it's amazing. And also at the end gag, where they were getting arrested for it, I did not see where that was going at all. As they're just like taking out the bags. I'm just like, where are we go? Oh, okay, I see. Getting to see the rest of Alana's family was really nice as well. Getting to see her dad, and getting to see, like, it's interesting because she takes the most from her mom, but her mom is also not an emotional person. She's not a very nice person. She's not a very empathetic person. She gets a lot of that from her dad. And then from her brother is just like, he is weird in the sense that he is normal-ish. Like, he is so different from the rest of them. He's so understated. I think he gets the most of it from his dad, but it seems like he gets, like, all of it from the dad and none of it from the mom. I don't know. But he is very, like, well, I guess that is still the dad, being very just casual with all this and very used to anything that comes up. And, yeah, I really like how absurd they can make her family and make Alana, while at the same time making them arguably the best people in the show. Like, they are the most wholesome, they are the least judgy, they are all great. Like, even if she did bring Lincoln there, I'm sure they would have all been, totally fine with that. It's great to see. And then also getting to see the girl from Alana's work buying sex toys and everything too. Like, nipple clamps that weren't tight enough, they kept falling off. And yeah, it adds this feeling of everybody has got this thing going on. Everybody is judging everybody, and everybody doesn't want to be judged by themselves. Whereas Alana is one of the only people not really judging anybody. Whereas she is one of the characters who gets judged the most. Very interesting thematicality we're going for this episode. Much different than we usually get with Broad City. But yeah, this one I feel like actually had more of a message than the rest of them did. And that is it for this episode. I will see you guys for the next episode. Until then, get the fuck out of here.